Okay. AITAH. For telling my boyfriend I feel more like his mom than his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Welcome back to another episode of
The Funky Chicken Podcast.
I'm your host, Anne.
I'm your host, Liz, and I'm the bonus daughter.
I'm the bonus mom. This is your unfiltered and unhinged podcast of a blended family. We have a special episode with two guests. We have my other bonus daughter.
I'm Char.
And we have Char's bestest friend, my other bonus daughter.
I'm Haley.
And in today's episode, we're going to be reading Reddit thread AITAH.
If you know what that is, then you'll know. But basically, am I the...
So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to go through and we're going to read the AITAH stories. And then we're all going to try to give our opinion and come to a conclusion on are they the or not.
We can all take turns reading one.
This is a good one because I can kind of relate to it. Okay. AITAH. For telling my boyfriend I feel more like his mom than his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Okay, so I, 19 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 21 male, for almost a year. I love him. He's sweet and goofy and makes me laugh. But lately, I've been feeling more like I'm raising him than dating him. I'm in college.
Wait, how old is she?
19.
Okay.
And he's 21.
Okay.
I'm in college full-time and work part-time. He dropped out of school and is figuring things out. And yes, she uses quotes, which I support, but I end up doing everything. I clean his place, I cook, remind him to pay bills, help him with job applications, and basically act like his personal assistant. If I don't, stuff just doesn't get done. I finally snapped last week and told him I feel more like your mom than your girlfriend and it's not cute anymore. He got super quiet and later told me I was mean and made him feel worthless. I apologized for how I said it, but not for what I said because it's true. He says I'm not being supportive and that relationships are about helping each other grow. I agree, but I also think helping and parenting are two different things. So, am I the
No.
What do you think? All right, we'll go down the line. What do you think, Elizabeth?
No. It doesn't matter how you said it or what you said. He, either way, was still going to say it was mean and hurtful. Grow up! You're literally at the legal drinking age. Your brain is about to fully develop in 4 years. Your girlfriend should not be having to remind you to pay bills. You're 21. Set reminders yourself. She should not be cleaning your place for you. She's your girlfriend, not your maid.
Haley, what do you think?
I don't think she's the because, like what Liz said, you just need to grow up. Like, honestly, you're 21 years old. Your girlfriend's younger than you. And matter of that, reminding you to pay bills. She's still in school, and she has to still deal with your too.
And she got a job?
And she got a job?
Can I read this post? I'm going to read this. Okay, I'm going to read one of the comments because this is exactly how I feel. The whole "you made me feel worthless" is manipulation.
Yes.
If you're calling out the truth and made him feel that way, guess what? He is worthless. It's definitely not normal when you're 19. You shouldn't have to mother a grown man. Good luck, take a break from dating, and focus on yourself and your studies. Mic drop. All right, Char, what do you think?
I agree with Elizabeth. I don't know what else to say. I had something to say, but then,
Sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
Elizabeth's next. Comment below if you think she was the a-hole or not.
Am I that for calling my husband a disgrace after he said my miscarriage ruined his birthday? I miscarried yesterday afternoon. I've never had a miscarriage before, and this baby was so wished for it, so it's all so fresh, and I'm sobbing right now. My husband turned 27 yesterday. I, 26 female, was pregnant with mine and my second child. Yesterday, I was 8 weeks pregnant. The day before yesterday, we saw a beautiful heartbeat flicking on the screen, and today I'm devastated. I was playing with our 2-year-old when I felt a pressure in my lower abdomen. Not long later, I noticed bleeding and let my husband know immediately that I had discomfort and bleeding. Before long, I had passed what I believe is the fetus, and I messaged him I think I lost the baby.
Wait, he wasn't even there
No.
when it happened?
No.
Okay, carry on.
Anyways, I wanted to keep him updated, and I guess I was seeking some kind of emotional support. I asked if he could come home, and he said, of course, if it's urgent. I said, I think it is, because the pain and bleeding is getting worse, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded, and our 2-year-old is unattended in his playroom right now. We have no friends or family near that I could call who would get to us quicker than he could. I had to clean myself up, crawl downstairs to take medicine, make my son his lunch, and then put him down for a nap. At this point, my husband still isn't home. He was working approximate 30 minutes away and took closer to 60 minutes to get back.
So he wasn't even out for his birthday. He was at work.
Yeah. Hours later, when I asked, it was because he stopped at Tesco to pick up some beers. I'm going to wait till I'm done reading to speak my mind. I ended up very poorly, losing lots of blood, lightheaded, vomiting, etc., and they had to take me to A&E. By the time I was discharged, it was almost 8 p.m. Last week, I had said I'd make him his favorite dinner for his birthday, which he reminded me when we were almost home. Said I wasn't feeling up to it, and that whatever takeaway he wants is on me. He said, for f***'s sake, under his breath, and then muttered something along the lines of, this bullshit has ruined my birthday. He didn't stop to get takeaway. He just drove straight home. He put our son to bed, and I went to bed, and I'm not sure what he did after. I didn't see him this morning, as he already left for work. He did not messaged me all day, and he got home a few hours ago. It's now 8:40 p.m., and he's been giving me silent treatment. I tried to speak to him about an hour ago or so, and he ignored me, and I called him a disgrace. He slammed the bedroom door and locked me out of the bedroom. His mom has since messaged me and said I need to be patient with him, as he's also had a loss. She didn't ask how I was or anything. He's obviously speaking to his mom, but why isn't he opening up and speaking to me? She said I was harsh. I'm feeling utterly emotional and neglected right now. My body has been through emotional and physical. I understand that my miscarriage came at an inconvenient time for him, as it was his birthday and all. I'm not sure if it's the hormones making me crazy, but is it nuts to contemplate divorce? Am I the asshole for calling him a disgrace?
Oof. Can I go first?
Yeah.
As a 40-something-year-old mother with a 5-year-old who had a miscarriage directly before I got pregnant with him, you are not that. Honestly, I'm going to give you some truth here and ask you, why did you even get pregnant with a second kid with this dude? Because I'm sure this is not the first time he has actually acted in this type of manner. You are not, but you need to get a divorce and get the hell away from this dude, because if that's how he's going to treat you and your child in a time of need, he is not the type of man that you thought he was.
Yeah.
Char.
You're not that. You can't really control when you have a miscarriage or not.
Right.
I say you get a divorce.
2 for divorce.
Leave his ass.
Because clearly he
3.
doesn't support you enough to actually understand what you were going through.
And if I have 2 teenage daughters that have never had babies and understand how painful and devastating a miscarriage can be, then that's saying something.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You are not there for doing that, and I agree with these 3. I think you should leave him, because imagine how he's going to act in the future. If he's acting like this now, he's acting like a child. I get it was his birthday and stuff, but he acts like you could control when you can have a miscarriage. It happens randomly. And obviously this man, it could be, was stressing you out or something.
Oh, this was a day ago.
Damn, was it?
Yeah.
I also, can I say one more thing? I want to say one more thing too. I don't know how religious you are, whether you believe in God or not, the universe is telling you something.
Yeah.
The universe was basically telling you something that for whatever reason, the universe or God or whatever you believe in is showing you this man's true colors. And I'll leave it at that. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I say you leave him, because if he cannot support you through a miscarriage, what is he going to do when, say, one of your family members dies? Like, and I also get that men, they go through things differently than women, but that does not give him the right to treat you like shit when you're also going through the same shit that he is at the very moment.
He has problems, and his mother is an enabler.
Yeah, like,
Seems to
girl,
me like this Reddit thread is filled with manipulators. Let Haley pick a story.
like, okay, well, she picks a story. I'm gonna voice my opinion on this.
Yeah.
He had no right to go to his mother and tell her Hey, yeah, she had a miscarriage on my birthday. Can you believe that?
Wanted my best friend to stop prioritizing her toxic boyfriend over our friendship for our upcoming trip. So I, 19 female, have been best friends with this girl, 19 female, for over a decade. We became a solid friendship until she started dating this guy almost about a year ago. I tried to be supportive even when he clearly wasn't treating her right, but things had just spiraled. Every time we hang out, it somehow turns into a pity party about him. He blocks her, ghosts her, then comes back like nothing happened each and every time. She begs for his attention, and he gives her a bare minimum. If that, we went to the mall today, and it was supposed to be a fun day, but she cried the entire time because of something he did again. I had to stand there like a third wheel while she begged him over like a child. It was understandable at first. Everyone goes through things, but it's been months of this cycle, and honestly, I'm starting to lose respect for her. Call me insensitive, but I can't keep watching her throw away her dignity for someone who treats her like crap while ignoring people who actually care and have been supporting for her. Don't get me wrong, she's a street girl and beyond humble. That's why we're so close. But that's also why this whole situation frustrates me so much. She doesn't deserve the way he treats her, and I know deep down she knows that too. But she keeps taking it. What really pushed me over the edge was when she came over to borrow my waist trainer for prom. She brought him with her without asking. And while we were trying to put it on, this man literally walked straight into my house uninvited with shoes on, like it was his place. Then while she was in the bathroom, he just walked in and stood there awkwardly watching us like it was normal. And she didn't say a single word. Not to him, not to me. She just stood there like a doormat and let it happen. No respect for boundaries. No standing up for me or even herself. Here is what really bothered me. We have a big trip to Japan coming up that we've been beyond excited about, but now I'm worried she's going to either bail on it or spend the whole time crying and checking her phone. I even talked to my mom about it, and she's concerned too. It feels like our trip and our friendship is being sidelined for a guy who didn't even ask her out until she begged after 6 months of knowing him. I want her on this trip. I love her, but I don't want this man-child and this drama ruining it. I'm also getting tired of pretending like I'm not deeply frustrated by all this. Am I the for feeling this way and wanting to call her out before our big trip?
No. But as an older woman who has been in that situation when I was 19 and dealt with other friends that were in that situation, you need to gently love her from a distance. And stop making plans with her like this if you know that this is the type of person she is going to date. You do not have to stop being friends with her. You just need to give yourself some distance and love her from a distance, because ultimately, as someone who was in similar situations before, I have chased numerous friends of mine away because I was the one that chased and complained and didn't learn my lesson. And I regret it because I've lost a lot of good friends along the way, but I can't change that. And I totally respect it.
That was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, damn, was it?
Yeah, there's no comments on the post yet.
I don't think you're the and I can see this from two perspectives, but she is not going to learn her lesson unless you, A, speak your mind in that you're concerned for her, and B, you distance yourself from her. Because to be honest, she also sounds like the type of person that is creating her own drama, and that is probably not healthy for your friendship either. You're not but there's things that you can do about it that you should do, and she's honestly probably not going to learn her lesson unless it's learned the hard way. She's going to have to lose people to learn her lesson. Yeah. I've been there.
I don't know. I disagree with you. I had a similar answer to you.
You did?
Yeah, just not as long as that.
Because I'm long-winded.
So basically, I'm stuck in between.
Yeah? Why are you stuck in between?
Because what if, like, he hits her? What if it's a dead situation? And, sometimes it's hard for them to get out of the relationship and stuff.
What's the other What's the other side?
The other side is, like, I don't think, because you've been there for her and stuff, but, like, I'm trying to think.
Like, you've been there for her and you feel like you feel like you're not good enough and you're getting put on the back burner for this person that treats her like shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think I also agree with Haley, but I don't think she's the for it. I think she just needs to confront her and love her from a distance, and then see where this friend prioritizes their relationship. Because I will tell you, I have a very good friend of mine who has literally lived through the ups and downs with me of all of the shit relationships I've been in, and she's loved me from a distance, and we are literally still best friends right now.
So basically, I know this girl and this other girl, and this girl was in a relationship and stuff, and the girl's friend was like, oh, you should leave him, and the girl didn't leave him. So the girl started loving her from a distance until they stopped being friends completely, which I don't think you should do that. But, like, just distance yourself a little bit and let her know, like, what's really happening.
That's a fair point. I understand. That's a fair point. What do you think, Elizabeth?
She also needs to understand that, like, sometimes it can be difficult to leave the relationship as soon as you want to. Because, like, I know she probably didn't go, like, oh, just leave him. But I know she's probably, like, thinking in her head, like, why doesn't she just leave him? Like, why doesn't she just leave him? Like, it's useless. But, like, sometimes it isn't as easy as they say to leave a relationship that, like, you feel attached into. So, yeah.
I agree with Elizabeth, but also, like, you should have said something a little sooner.
Yeah. Honestly, before I got too deep into the relationship and she first started telling me about how badly she was getting treated.
Am I the for lying to my girlfriend about not being upset or sad to not ruin her night? My now ex-girlfriend, 16, and me, 17, were together for about 1 year and a half. Everything was great. We went through all the stages and have been on and off for quite some time. We've had lots of fights and at
Hold
times.
on, can we pause for a moment? When she said on and off, she looked directly at me.
Funny.
Stopped talking for months. We had broken up before due to some issues with her friends, and she had told basically everyone she knew. And once we decided we should talk and fix things, she didn't want to tell anyone because she didn't want to feel embarrassed or dumb for getting back together with me. So we kept us on the low, but her mom found out. Fast forward to now, we had broken up again, but that only lasted a couple hours before we talked and fixed things. But she seemed off and very distant and cold, but she started being pretty disrespectful and joking about some of my biggest insecurities, but I dropped it and forgave her. Then we decided we should go to the farmer's market. We were having a good time, of course, until she brought up the fact that her mom had knew about us dating again for months, but she hadn't told me because she knew I would want to go public, but she hadn't told me her mom knew for months. Only that she just found out a couple weeks prior. After so, I had asked her if we could, but she said she's not ready, which I didn't want to push, feel, or be ready when clearly she wasn't. I got really sad, and when she had asked me about my mood change, I lied saying I wasn't mad or sad, and then she asked me to pinky promise, and I did, to not ruin her night. After that, I decided to go home because, again, I didn't want to ruin her night or mood. Fast forward to the next day, and I slipped up, and I told her I technically lied about not being sad or upset, and the whole mood changed. She hung up, claiming she had to go clean up after I had spammed her for about 20 minutes. She replied saying, "I'm sorry," over and over. She replied back saying, "How do you expect me to be okay when you basically ruined the only thing that brings me reassurance?" I gave it thought and decided to end things. At this point, you should just go. There's nothing here. I lied because I didn't want to ruin your night or mood, and I guess it worked because you had fun. I'm sorry for ruining the thing that brought you genuine reassurance, but I did it for you. Of course, that didn't change a thing, but regardless, I'm sorry. You complain you've changed, and you're no longer the girl I fell in love with. I still love you, but I'm not going to sit around and endure this disrespect. And I blocked her, but I'm starting to doubt if what I did was right. Am I that?
You are not you found yourself a manipulative woman who doesn't want to be seen with you publicly and then manipulated you back to feeling bad in the relationship. You need to stop chasing her and find someone else that appreciates you.
Yeah.
This one was posted pretty recent. This one was posted 36 minutes ago. There's only one comment. You did the right thing. If I were you, I would have done the same. She doesn't sound like a good girlfriend, especially since you said she points out your insecurities. Red flag written all over her.
Honestly, if she's pointing out your insecurities, laughing at them, and like it's not a way that you both joke, then there's something wrong with her. But I'm like, I'm more leaning towards not that, but I'm also like 1% in like kind of that, because you did break some type of reassurance for her with the pinky promises, because that's how I am too.
Yeah, but I feel like the only reason he did that is because he knew she would make a big deal and throw it back in his face.
Yeah, I know that part. Like, I get like why you did it. Like, but if it was under any circumstances, then it's wrong to do, obviously, because that is like the only type of reassurance that someone could possibly get and
so
trust.
you feel like there's a little bit of
Just
maybe
a little
not
bit.
that maybe you are a little bit of the
Just a
expert
little
lying,
bit, but
or not being straightforward with her then in the moment.
I don't think that, because I was just in a similar situation with that. He was manipulative, and he wouldn't post me. He didn't tell me. He only told me that he wanted me.
Do you know why I think she did that? I think he was like a plan B. Like either she was cheating or he's like the other guy. The side piece. Thank you.
Hold on. If she doesn't want to go publicly and tell you to her mom, then obviously she was hiding something.
Yes. Right. We all agree with that.
Like, if she's not going to be open about it, there's something that she is hiding from you that she doesn't want you specifically knowing, like another guy.
Yeah.
So,
how else does that relate to your situation, Haley?
So like, he never told me that he never told me that he liked me. He never told me any of that. He told me he wanted me.
That's
choice words, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it for tonight's episode.
Yep.
Stay funky.
Don't be a chicken.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Do you think these people were assholes or nah?
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Toodaloo.